What the hell is wrong with this girl? Shirai Kuroko is an absolute menace. Her toxic infatuation for her roommate Misaka is so unhinged that it's cringe. She's basically the Marmite of the Toaru franchise. You either love her or hate her. But why is Kuroko so divisive for fans of the series? Does she have any redeeming qualities, or is her deranged obsession too much for the audience to bear? Shirai Kuroko was introduced in Volume 3 of A Certain Magical Index as a close friend of the 3rd rank level 5 Esper, Misaka Mikoto, as basically the Robin to Misaka's Batman. Coincidentally, both are gay. Kuroko's full name in Japanese is rather interesting, as it contains the meanings for both white and black, possibly referencing the two conflicting sides of her personality. The white symbolizing justice due to Kuroko's role as a member of Judgment, Academy City's Esper police force. Child labor, yay! And then the black representing her not so wholesome desire for Misaka. In fact, apparently, Kuroko's name can also be read as Black Child. Her dad named his daughter Black Child, and then she pretends to be Barack Obama. Let that sink in for a moment. Kuroko is also a level 4 teleporter, being able to move herself or any object she touches from point A to B instantly, which in result makes her unable to be contained. Kuroko, ironically, is one of the more popular girls in the series, due to her presence as a comic relief character amongst the 4 main girls of A Certain Scientific Railgun, with the anime being a huge success in the late 2000s due to its emphasis on moe, slice of life, girls doing cute things, yada yada. The moe vibes sprinkled in with epic fight scenes with clashing psychic superpowers going wild truly sparked the Rail Gang into the limelight. However, there was a problem with Kuroko. Something that plagues the minds of some viewers to this day. Imagine watching Railgun Episode 1, mesmerized by the futuristic vibe of Academy City and the intriguing Esper abilities on display. And then boom! Kuroko has just teleported into Misaka's shower and is molesting her. FBI, open up! Must have just been a glitch in the Matrix. Everything else was good. Then episode 2 happens, where Kuroko tries to get in her One-sama's pants for the entire duration. To make matters worse, she even tries to drug Misaka with aphrodisiacs. Is Railgun Season 1 even real, or just a fucked up fever dream? This is why some fans find Kuroko so insufferable at times. Not only is she down bad, but she literally has a quasi-mental breakdown, combined with screaming, which puts Zenitsu to shame. While at first Kuroko's morally questionable tendencies may seem like a shock value gag that could be somewhat funny due to how ridiculous she is, but when you know these scenes are coming and it's no longer a surprise, they can be hella hard to sit through. Nice one, Kuroko. Thanks for gatekeeping this franchise to make it impossible to recommend to normies. It's why some fans of the series find Kuroko so obnoxious and annoying due to how repetitive and unfiltered this constant gag truly is. By the way, we are nearly at 25k subscribers, where I will be making a video about what makes Index and the entire Toaru franchise so incredible. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. There is an argument to be made that Kuroko is way more compelling as a character when you remove Misaka out of the equation, as that is what Kuroko's idea of what hell is like. But I would say the gags are sometimes a misrepresentation of what their relationship and characters are truly like, as it may seem that Misaka and Kuroko's relationship is completely one-sided, with Misaka firmly putting her in the best friend zone. Speaking of which, who in the right mind thinks being friends with Kuroko is a great idea? Nevertheless, the dynamic between the two isn't just constant thirsting. When Kuroko isn't in her demon mode, she expresses genuine care for Misaka as a friend and wants the best for her, even if she does get hella jealous when Toma's Riz is too much for Misaka's heart. When Kuroko was injured by Musajime Owaki, she didn't want Misaka to know about it, to not make her worry. And when Kuroko realized that Misaka had issues that she didn't want her to know about, Kuroko accepted it, even though she wanted more than anything to support her best friend. and was still determined to try and help Misaka, even if that meant endangering herself against a stronger enemy. As yes, Kuroko is a pretty selfless character when she's not horny, which is why there is a huge dilemma surrounding her, as there are so many different aspects to her character, but that one side to her personality is almost impossible to ignore. Nevertheless, I feel like Kuroko's genuine friendship with Misaka is where she truly shines, and probably represents her authentic self better than her silly comedic moments. What all fans agree is absolutely peak Kuroko is her fight scenes, as she often has to use strategy to beat her foes, and is willing to put her body on the line to secure the win, such as her brutal fight versus Owaki, where the two teleporters were just throwing random shit at each other. Kuroko even got corkscrews teleported inside her body, and then got crushed by a huge pile of chairs and tables. Yikes. Or the time she fought Kozaku Mitori in an underground tunnel, unable to teleport out of the way from the knife Mitori threw. Kuroko faced it head on, letting it impale her hand, which was a complete surprise and threw Mitori off guard, allowing Kuroko to gain a distance she needed to slam her in the face, finishing her enemy off. I think this reckless fighting style of Kuroko also reflects her selfless nature, as she doesn't really care how badly she gets beat up, as long as she's doing her duty as a member of Judgment to protect the innocent people of the city, and the friends she values so much. To be honest, it's a miracle Kuroko hasn't been fired from Judgment, considering she's a pervert, but she does her job well enough that they probably ignore it, cause that's how corruption works. At times when she's in Judgment mode, it feels like she's an entirely different character, committed to apprehending criminals and protecting others, while also being a contender for the top 5 degens in the series. Yep, she has some serious competition, no joke. All I have to say is thank God that armband is green instead of red, otherwise Kuroko might get accused of being a member of the LDO from Dies Irae. I do understand why Kuroko is such a divisive character amongst fans and viewers of the series, as if you're not invested into her unique way of demonstrating love to her One-sama, then your first impressions of Kuroko are going to be immediately sour off the bat. But over the course of time, it's clear that Kuroko can be a badass and does have a character outside of what she is probably most infamous for. But just like Haru from Fruits Basket, there will always be a white and black side, light and darkness, two opposing forces conflicting against each other, the white of justice and the black of immorality, the dilemma of Shirai Kuroko. Let me know down below what you think of Kuroko. Do you love or hate her and why? And check out these similar videos on screen right now for more controversial Toaru characters.